Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about converting from standard form to vertex form and vertex form to standard form. This assignment is due Friday the 24th, 11:30 p.m. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is converting from standard form to vertex form. Okay, these four problems are in standard form and we have to go to vertex form. So I'm going to write vertex form right here. Vertex form is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. There's my vertex form. Okay, so we're going to vertex form. So if we want to go to vertex form, we need to find the vertex. So to find the vertex, we want negative b over 2a. So negative b over 2a means negative 8 over 2 times 1, which gives me negative 4. So now we're going to plug it back in. 8 times negative 4 minus 5. And of course, here's my opposite and doubled. 16 minus 32 minus 5. 16 minus 32 gives me negative 16 minus 5 is negative 21. So now I have my vertex. My vertex is negative 4, negative 21. And that's important. Okay? So here's my vertex. And now let's plug it into my vertex form. Y equals, we're missing the a, we'll get back to that in a second. X minus h. Now remember, with the minus h, we need to take the opposite. So minus 4 means plus 4. And then minus 21 is as is. So we're missing the a here. Well, what's a in number 1? A in number 1 is a 1. So therefore, we could leave it, or we can plug in a 1. Up to you. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to jump down to number 3 since we can see it on the screen. Number 3. Negative b over 2a. Negative b would be negative negative 4, which means 4 over 2 times negative 1. So 4 over negative 2 is negative 2. Plug it back in. Negative 1 times negative 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2 plus 11. So that's 4 times negative 1 is negative 4 plus 8 plus 11. Again, my opposite and doubled, which gives me 4 plus 11 is 15. Okay, my vertex is negative 2, 15. Again, I always want to write the vertex, and then we're going to plug it in. So, y equals a, which we'll get back to in a second, minus 2, so plus 2, plus 15. What's my a? There's my a, negative 1. Done. All right, let's move it over. Okay, negative b over 2a. Negative b over 2a. Negative 16 over negative 4 is 4. Plug it back in. Negative 2 times 4 squared plus 16 times 4 plus 1. 16 times negative 2, negative 32 plus 64 plus 1. There's my opposite and doubled. That's 32 plus 1, 33. Vertex 433. Every time I'm going to write my vertex. Okay, let's plug it in. Y equals x opposite minus 4 squared plus 33. What's my a? A is negative 2. Done. Super-de-duper easy, guys. And finally, negative b over 2a, negative negative 12 over 2 times 3. 12 over 6 is 2. Plug it back in. 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2. Obviously, c is 0 here. So that's 4 times 3 is 12 minus 24. That's negative 12. Vertex is 2, negative 12. Okay, plug it back in. Y equals x minus 2 squared minus 12. A is 3. Okay, oops, wait, I forgot a square on number 3. Sorry about that. Forgot a square on number 3 there. And there you have going from standard to vertex. Okay, next 4 problems. Going from vertex to standard. Vertex to standard. So going from vertex to standard, we have 3 steps. Well, first of all, standard form is, let's put it here, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. There's my standard form. Well, in order to get there, we need to do 3 things. First thing we need to do is FOIL. Second thing we need to do is, after we FOIL, multiply. And then add or subtract. Those are my steps. So let's start with number 1. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm going to do is FOIL. X minus 4 times x minus 4. Alright, we got x squared minus 4x plus 16. Then plus 1. So I got to FOIL this first. I got x squared minus 8x plus 16 plus 1. Then 16 plus 1, so y equals x squared minus 8x. 16 plus 1 is 17. There you go. Okay, let's jump down to number 7 while I'm at it. Here, I need to FOIL, then multiply by 3, then subtract 7. So, x plus 1, x plus 1. X squared plus x plus 1. I get x squared plus 2x plus 1. There's my FOIL. Now the next thing I'm going to do is multiply the entire trinomial by 3. 3x squared plus 6x plus 3. And then the very last thing I do is subtract 7. Y equals 3x squared plus 6x, 3 minus 7, negative 4. Okay, FOIL, then multiply everything by 3, then we subtract 7. Okay, let's go to the right. Number 6, first thing I'm going to do, FOIL, x plus 2, x plus 2, x squared plus 2x plus 4, x squared plus 4x plus 4. Once I do that, I multiply everything by negative 5. And then I get negative 5x, a negative 5x squared, excuse me, negative 20x, and then negative 20. Now, see the plus 2 here? I've got to bring that down. And now I combine my terms here. Y equals negative 5x squared minus 20x, negative 20 plus 2, negative 18. And lastly, FOIL, x minus 9, x minus 9, x squared minus 9x plus 81, x squared minus 18x plus 81. Then I have to distribute a negative. Again, when you distribute a negative, you change all the signs. Negative x squared, positive 18x, minus 81. And see the negative 3 here? Bring that down. Combine like terms. Y equals negative x squared plus 18x minus 84. And there you go. So we just did 4 problems standard to Vertex, 4 problems Vertex to standard. All these problems, you will have 10 problems for homework, 5 and 5. This is not by Sophia. This will be a worksheet that you need to print out. And when you turn it in, you have to turn it in as a PDF by Cam Scanner or by Genius Scan. Thanks, guys.